and welcome back. You are watching the Global Poker League live this Thursday evening. I'm Laura Cornelius with
Roland in the booth, Booth B. Back.
Seems like we've been away from your screens for ages. We
well,
have.
That first match was just over in a flash,
It was
wasn't
like,
it?
boom,
It was blink and you miss it.
It was crazy, yeah.
One hand, that second match was.
One.
The final match was around 15 hands, only about 10 minutes. Probably one of the quickest games we've had on the GPL. We're bringing you another game. Jason Lavallee, Montreal Nationals, Joao Simao for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. The Sao Paulo Metropolitans can lock up their playoff place. 3 points is all they need. So they'll take a 2-1 defeat or a sweep for them. We'll see them into those playoffs in Vegas. Standings are coming up right away, and you'll see the Sao Paulo Metropolitans comfortably in third position there. The Montreal Nationals booked their place a long time ago. They're out in front on 187 points, but the Sao Paulo Metropolitans can book their place today.
It's all down to Joao Simao.
Joao Simao can be the player to take Sao Paulo over the line. They'll be dancing on the streets of Sao Paulo tonight if he can just pick up 3 precious points for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. But in his way stands the king of the sweep on the GPL, Jason Lavallee, undefeated in heads up. Here you see his statistics, 2.5 million earnings, but this does not tell the whole story. He's predominantly an online high-stakes player, 256 top GPI position. Jason Lavallee has played 4 times heads up on the GPL. He has won all 4 of those matches. He has swept his last 3 matches. He swept Darren Elias, tough. Swept Anthony Zinno, tough. Swept Jason Mercier in his last match, tough.
He's a sweeper.
He sweeps for Canada. And if he gets another sweep tonight, the Sao Paulo Metropolitans will have to wait until next week to book their place in the Cube in Las Vegas, end of November. $100,000 on the line. This should be a great match. A lot on the line. Sao Paulo Metropolitans looking to qualify, but they could also, with a good set of results, could catch up those LA Sunset if we see a bad result for Olivier Bousquet tonight. So incredibly exciting times for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. Some might have called them the underdogs in this group. They probably had the slightly lesser known players than the other 5 teams. By virtue of the fact that some of their Brazilian players probably weren't as household names in Europe and in America. Here you see Joao Simao, only 529,000 in line. I shouldn't say only, but this guy is an online beast. 4.5 million in online earnings, multiple times #1 ranked player on Pocket Fives. Currently sits number 9 on Pocket Fives. This guy is a beast online. He's won a scoop heads up. He's played once heads up on the GPL. He's won. He's got a 100% record off a sample size of 1, which I don't think we're gonna read in too much into that. But he did beat. Who did he beat? He beat Raiden Khan of the Hong Kong Stars in the Cube. So Joao Simao will know what he's doing. Last time we saw him in the 6-max, some unconventional lines he was taking. Jonathan Little was a little surprised.
We might see that again.
So hopefully we see a bit of fun from Joao Simao. Montreal Nationals have locked up their place, largely thanks to the performances of Jason Lavallee, and his Canadian friends.
Are they friends? I guess they're friends.
I'd like to think they're friends.
They're not all Canadian either.
They're a tight-knit group,
Don't
those
forget, Martin
Canadians.
Jakobsen's a Swede.
Martin Jakobsen, an honorary Canadian. GPL TV app is the place to go for GPL coverage on the move. You can watch games live. You can watch previously catalogued fixtures, all 100.
You can watch that epic game we had earlier on. It lasted just 1 hand.
Yeah.
You can also get your merchandise from our fan shop. T-shirts, hoodies, and caps. There you go, globalpokerleague.com/shop. Also find us on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Predictions for this match.
I think, Jason Lavallee does not lose heads up on the GPL. But I think Joao Simao will get that
Joao
3
won
points.
last time, though.
Yes, he did. He's 100%. Both these guys are 100% heads-up records. So one of those records will have to fall.
I think Wow is going to win.
2-1, sweet.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1, Joao Simao. It's so convenient that we always take opposing players.
There you go.
Well,
we know.
this
Yin
match
yang.
Yeah. I've heard these players are ready and raring to go. So we'll be getting to that match pretty soon. Just a reminder, Sao Paulo Metropolitans just needing 3 points, and they'll be booked into the cube. They were possibly the underdogs in the American Conference. A lot of big names, and I guess people probably would have thought they might be struggling around the bottom 2, but almost over the line for that playoff position. Playoffs are coming up at the end of November, 29th, 30th,
and the
1st of December from the Cube in Las Vegas. And there you see, we are awarding bonus points to the successful franchises. 30% chip bonus on that 100k starting stack for the team finishing top, 20% for the team finishing second, 10% for the team finishing third, and a straight 100k for that team finishing fourth. And those bonuses are carried over to the Conference Championship final on day 2. We will be crowning conference champions on the second day of those playoffs, and on the final day we will of course be crowning the champion of the Global Poker League Season 1, 500k starting stack for each franchise, and no bonus points carried over to the final. That will be the 1st of December from the Cube. Stay tuned for that. We've started to see how things are going to be shaping up. LA Sunset have booked their spot. Montreal Nationals have booked their spot. The Moscow Wolverines have booked their spot.
Has anyone booked tickets and they might not be able to go?
I won't mention any names, but I heard there are some GPL players who may have already booked tickets to Vegas without their team having locked up a place. That's confidence, but also risky.
Risky business.
Yeah.
It's poker lark, isn't it?
But, you know, these are poker players, but there's an element of gamble in poker. So I think these guys, you know, they, I mean, you know, if you book a flight in advance, it's a lot cheaper.
That is true.
So, you know, you're just gambling essentially gambling the
and also,
price difference in flights.
You're going to be in Vegas. It's not like there's a shortage of things to do there, is there?
Yeah. But would it kind of painful to be in Vegas while the playoffs, the GPL playoffs are going on?
You'd have to just forget.
I guess there are 1 or 2 ways to forget your woes in Vegas, or so I'm told. Getting to this match pretty soon. Joao Simao, last time appeared in the 6-max variant of the GPL and put in a really incredible pair of performances, a first and a second. You know,
wow.
and that is, not many people have done that. We've seen 2 1-1s, Brian Rast and of course Anton Wigg, but scoring 12 out of 14 points is, well, pretty impressive too, and that's a feat that hasn't been achieved too many times. He's actually a really consistent performer. He's won his only heads-up match, and he's had a 2nd and a 5th in his other 2 6-max matches. So predominantly a 6-max player so far in the GPL. But as I did say there earlier, Joao Simao did pick up a 2K scoop win in a heads-up scoop in 2010, and he is former number 1 on Pocket Fives. So a player who certainly will know what he's doing heads up against arguably one of the best heads up players in the world and one of the most successful heads up players on the GPL in Jason Lavallee.
We're going to be getting to the game
pretty soon for this game. Montreal Nationals, I mean, this has just been their season so far. Anything can happen in the playoffs. But, I mean, just everything they've touched has turned to gold, essentially. Really strong performances by the likes of Marc-Andre Ladouceur, Martin Jakobsen, Pascal Lefrançois, Joan Lou. Joan Lou's been a revelation.
I didn't know much about Pascal Lefrançois before the GPL, actually. He was a player, you know, the name I wasn't too familiar with. And he has continued to impress me with his play.
Yeah.
And his T-shirt. I love his little T-shirt with the cat poking out the pocket.
Oh, yeah, we like Pascal Lefrançois.
He wears cat T-shirts. Yay!
Are you predicting any animals in between these players tonight? We like to.
Joao, I don't think we saw last time, did we?
No, I think he had a chalkboard. He had a Tyler Kenny-esque chalkboard behind him,
and
where
Jason,
he runs his
Jason's
numbers.
Jason's got a pet.
Has he?
I think he's got a dog. Yeah, I think if my memory serves me correctly, Jason's got a dog.
Well,
where's the dog?
Dog, anticipation.
Look at this.
Here we go.
Joao Simao is playing al fresco.
This is a rarity on the GPL. I think it's fair to say.
We've seen it. Fedor Holtz played from the Infinity Pool, and Olivier Bousquet played on the beach.
I want to play GPL on the beach.
I swear he had a dog.
This is a pretty good flop for
Eric is
Joao
confirming
Simao.
we have seen Jason's dog before. I knew it. I knew my memory served me correctly. And his cat too. Oh, he's an animal man.
Okay, well, yeah, Joao Simao hit a pretty nice flop on hand one of this first heads-up match.
Final push of the regular season before the very coveted playoffs.
Joao's cut his hair. He had luscious locks before.
He did. Or are you confusing him with Joao Bauer?
Nope. I met Joao somehow years ago, about 2011.
Great guy. Looks like a great guy.
He's fun.
Oh.
Oh, get that water down, you lad. That's it. Stay hydrated. Roland, are we dating yet?
We're not.
Unfortunately, we both have other halves.
We do.
Shout out if they're watching. Mine probably not.
Yep. My girlfriend has been known to dip in and out. I don't think she watches for prolonged periods of time, but I've incredibly reluctant poker fan. I've tried to persuade her to play the odd ladies event when there is one, but alas, no success.
I actually really enjoy playing ladies events, much more so than playing mixed events. Like, they're just way more fun.
Yes, well, they
like
do look
casual.
fun. They look fun. And I think if you...
Everyone's really nice.
For a lot of... I think, and also, I think for a lot of poker players or people involved in poker, poker is a slightly like all-encompassing lifestyle, especially if you work in poker. You know, it takes up a lot of your life, and it's sometimes desirable to try and get your other half to kind of understand a bit of that world. And I think for a lot of poker players, ladies' events are a good way for their girlfriends to kind of just get a taste of what poker's like. And I haven't had that.
Haven't been able
I haven't had to get that going yet, but you know, you never know. Put a few more little games around the kitchen table, and she might take the plunge.
You gotta be a risk taker. I've always been a risk taker.
Yeah, like you're in an all poker relationship.
I am, yeah.
That's you don't suffer the.
But actually, we never ever talk about poker ever. Well, that's a lie. Actually, we do sometimes.
I think one of the advantages of an all poker relationship is the understanding of the things like busting tournaments and how people, the feelings that come with of having like a bad session or a bad run.
I mean, I'm not a player, so I don't really understand that. But
you're
but
around people who are subject to the swings that the poker.
I'm like, just get over it. All right, you just lost 50 grand. It's fine.
We've digressed slightly from this game, but we will keep an eye. Joao Simao has picked up a couple of the early pots, but Jason Lavallee hasn't lost a heads-up, any form of heads-up match since the 28th of April, and that was in his 2-1 win over Scott Ball. So April, May, June, July, August, September, that's 6 months almost since he last lost a heads-up match on the GPL. Currently on a streak of 9 consecutive matches won in a row.
Oh no, where's he gone? Come back.
Come back. That Brazilian internet. Actually,
yeah. Now they both
maybe
gone, maybe they had enough of a partner chat.
Well, a few months ago, the Brazilian government just cut off WhatsApp, so maybe they've just cut off Skype. Maybe like a bit volatile when it comes to, big, large communication brands.
His time bank is running, Joao Simao.
I had some technical difficulties of my own before the match, so hopefully he's not having some too.
We got Jason back.
Come back, Jason. Come back, Joao.
Jason, come back. Jason, come back. Interestingly, Baby Come Back by Pato Banton was the first record.
Pato Banton.
Yeah,
is
first
that who
first record I ever bought.
Was it? The first
Yeah.
one I ever bought was the first album I ever bought was Coolio. That was
Oh yeah, that was around the time.
that
I mean,
was
Gangsta's
full
Paradise
album.
was a contender for my first single as well. But I think that was about a year later, possibly, maybe even 6 months later.
Oh, who was my first single? I think it was another rap one. I was a bit into my gangster rap back in the day.
I was certainly into my. Are you allowed to count the Now collections as your first album? 'Cause I was.
Yeah.
I think I probably had every Now through from like
I
19
had
to like
In the
48.
Mix '96. I remember that.
Oh, that must have been the best year for In the Mix '96. Like, because it's
it
the only
rhymed.
year it rhymes. Like, In the
Yeah.
Mix '97 just doesn't have the same appeal to it. They must have just
They've
sold
changed
so
the
many
name.
more copies. Yeah. In Heaven '97.
Dang, I think I'm giving my age away. I need to stop this because they were all trying to guess the other day.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Oh, okay. Oh, he's
He's moved.
It's done a 180. Nice little
Just-
place. Look at it.
Just
Overlooking the hills.
How baller is Joao? Like every 10 minutes, he's just gonna change the shot a little bit. And
Look where he is as well. He's got some sort of like penthouse apartment with like views across Brazil. He has won 4.5 million online.
baller.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the best views we've seen. I mean, we've seen some pretty, pretty sweet, you know, interiors. But I think that's the best, certainly the best home view we've seen. And we've seen like Olivier Busquet like sipping a sex on the beach, like in the Bahamas or something. But you know, that wasn't his home turf.
That's true. And I think Federer was in like a poker house. Like
Yeah. Whiff on this flop for Jason Lavallee.
Lovely, lovely.
Not a very lovely flop. Just well,
Is he in Sao Paulo as well?
yeah, I'd say so. I haven't got any reason. I haven't got any evidence to the contrary. And that looks like a fairly sort of
Kind of looks like.
yeah, it's kind of green and jungly.
Looks Brazilian-ish.
Yeah. Having said that, I mean, it's mainly northern Brazil, which is covered by jungle, and Sao Paulo is down there in the south. But it's still pretty green, isn't it?
Pappy says, pretty sure Pasquale Francois has a small dog. But he wears the cat t-shirt. I thought he was a cat person.
Joao Simao's been out flopped here. Jason Lavallee going for some
What's
pretty
Lavallee's?
thin value here, if that's what it is. Maybe maybe just a sort of protection feeler kind of bet.
What's the top that he's got on his
That's a great
Sure.
t-shirt. Oh, that.
behind him?
Oh,
The 11.
That's
Eric will know that.
Yeah, that's going to be some
What
sort of
sport
like
is that?
Canadian
Is it ice hockey or something?
sports thing.
A Canadian
Yeah,
sports thing.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looks
One of
hockey.
those.
Kind of looks hockey. They don't like if you say ice hockey. Those Canadians. You got to say hockey.
I did say hockey.
Oh, I know. I say ice hockey. Then they shout you.
Check and win, I guess. Unless he has like 2 5s. Even that might be close to a value bet.
Don't forget to tweet using the hashtag GPL on Twitter. We will respond to those tweets. Follow us at GPL, of course. Golf, Papa, Lima.
I'm so
the
glad you know
avoidance of
your
doubt.
phonetic
Oh,
alphabet.
yeah. I mean, I was a big fan of the Bill back in the day, so that was where I first got,
Oh,
you know,
do you know?
got.
I died in the Bill.
Oh.
I got the Bill. If you don't know what we're talking about, is a TV show in England. It's not on anymore, but it's a very long-running
Yeah,
daily
very
show
long-running, yeah.
about the police.
Wasn't daily, twice a week, Tuesdays and
Was
Thursdays.
it? I swear it was daily at one point.
It may have been daily, but in my heyday,
Oh,
my
okay.
heyday being a Bill fan, it was on twice a week.
Yeah, I got washed up on the Thames.
Oh.
Had to lie there in the River Thames for 9 hours with a bit of seaweed across my bum crack.
Oh, wow.
It was hideous.
It's been inconvenient if you'd actually died, because it's just because of the 9 hours of exposure to like the
I'd
London
have rather
cold.
died than
Just
pretend
good
to
enough
die like that.
with the sizing to defend here. If you had gone a bit bigger, I'd fold this hand, but definitely knowing him, he's a very active 3-better, so I'm not very likely to want to fold some semi-connected big card hands at the stack depth at least.
Trouble here for Jason Lavallee.
There may be trouble ahead.
Pot already has almost 12,000 in the middle. Jason will need to improve or hit a favourable run out. Problem is, even a spade gives him a flush draw, but
interesting turn.
half pot almost from Joao Simao. Really tricky spot here for Jason Lavallee.
I think I end up folding too much of my range if I fold turn. So that's going to put us in some interesting river spots. Much prefer having ace-9 than king-9 here. Not from an absolute hand strength point of view, but just having a king in my hand isn't necessarily ideal.
Joao Simao, 3/4 pot behind.
What you gonna do, Joao?
Really, we saw a very similar hand to this in the last match. Tom Marchese flopping top pair against an overpair queens. Not able to get away from it.
Really call that, can you?
We saw Tom Marchese calling a very similar spot.
I think Lavallee will fold.
Jason Lavallee calls here. Sao Paulo Metropolitans are in the playoffs.
What you gonna do, Jason? Talk us through your
Trying to figure out
thoughts.
if I'm overfolding the odds that I'm getting right now.
What do you think, Roland?
I just don't know. I think he might make this call.
I mean, I'd call with like ace-9, like red 9-8 without diamonds. I mean, that might not be enough. I mean, I have 10-9. Some stronger hands than this.
Is that the like animals and birds in Brazil making that noise?
It's the jungle, Laura. It's all sorts of life comes out of there.
I wanna go.
Rough spot for Jason Lavallee. 9 wins on the spin in heads-up matches. 3 sweeps consecutive.
Prices me in a lot on the turn though, with a lot of stuff that I call flop with, which is kind of gives him an easy bluff spot. I'm trying to figure out if I'd rather call it 6-7 over king-9 here.
Tick. Tock. How long's this tank been so far?
3 minutes, I think, just under 3 minutes. And make the lay down.
Yeah.
Makes the right decision. Huge change of fortune towards Joao Perez Simao. Got a healthy chip lead now off the back of that pot. But an excellent river lay down by Jason Lavallee. We saw Tom Marchese go broke in a similar situation. 2 overcards hitting the turn and river. Wasn't able to get away from it. Unfortunate river for Jason Lavallee. Joao Simao could elect to bet for value here, but he takes his 4 to showdown, and
pretty unlucky there.
A pretty rough pot for Jason Lavallee. If he'd found the cursor over to the call button and clicked in that last hand, or the previous hand by 1, we would be seeing confirmed Sao Paulo Metropolitans in the playoffs. Top pair here for Jason Lavallee. Bottom 2 pair for Joao Simao, and it'll take a rather peculiar chain of events for Jason Lavallee not to go broke here. He's got under 20 big blinds behind. Picks up an up and down straight draw.
Pretty much in check call mode.
It's the Habs. His jersey is the Habs.
His jersey's the Montreal Canadiens. Brendan Gallagher, his favourite player. Half pot here from Joao Simao. Plenty of cards for Jason Lavallee to hit. That is not one of them.
Yeah, I called it so much, like 5-6, 4-6 on the turn against that sizing that I just expect him to barrel this river close to 100%. So.
Joao Simao looking pensive
Definitely
here.
not happy that it's a diamond though, not having a diamond in my hand. But you know.
It's a bit cloudy in Brazil, isn't it?
A bit cloudy.
There's a nice
Hello.
blue sky.
Looks puzzled and decides to check back, and may have let Jason Lavallee off the hook there.
Okay.
Probably felt that the bottom 2 pair might have been a little bit thin in that spot. Just 12 big blinds for Jason Lavallee, and he'll be looking to limp shove these jacks, or just call off a shove. And King 9 for Joao Simao, and a king or a 9 or running diamonds will send Sao Paulo into the playoffs. There's a king, and only an ace now will stop them on their march to Las Vegas, to the Cube, and that's not it.
All right.
Jason Lavallee going down
Can't win them all.
to Joao Simao, losing his first game after 9 consecutive wins on the bounce. And vamos! The Sao Paulo Metropolitans can book their tickets. They're off to Las Vegas.
This is a Brazilian samba
yeah,
dance,
yeah,
but I don't actually know if
the
that
carnival
is the
is
samba dance.
taking place
That's my
in
samba
the
dance.
GPL booth, because the Sao Paulo Metropolitans are on their way to Vegas. They cannot be catched. And the team who many thought might be the outsiders in this conference, a few unknown quantities. They did pick a couple of big hitting heavyweights from the US poker scene, Byron Caveman and Darren Elias. But the other players have done the business, the likes of Thiago Nishihima, Joao Simao, Joao Bauer. They've done They've done the business for Andre Akari. They'll be going to the Cube. They'll be in with a chance for that $100,000 first prize. Congratulations to them. On the other side of the fence,
Jason
unlucky
Lavallee.
there, Jason Lavallee getting his money in
They've
good.
made the playoffs. He can
They
do
made the
whatever
playoffs.
he wants.
He just won 9 GPL matches in a row. He could
It's going to be
take
annoying. He's going to want to win it, isn't
losing
he?
a 60-40 there. You know, you can cope with that. He'll be looking to bounce back in this one, though. Montreal Nationals will want to cement their position at the top of the conference. They can lock up those 30% or 40% chip bonus in the next couple of days if they can secure a few wins. And Jason Lavallee is not one to roll over and be defeated. Certainly things not going his way in that match.
He needs the dog. He needs to bring the
Yeah,
dog
bring out some
onto
animals
the camera
and the luck will
and
turn.
yeah, he'll get lucky. Bring out your
Here
dog.
we go, game 2. Here it is, guys.
Who let the dogs out? Oh, nice first hand for Joao Simao. But unlikely to see much
Yep.
with the 4-9.
All right.
Game
Kinda
2.
forgot what it felt like to lose on the GPL
Yep.
after winning. I think it's like 11 matches in a row.
We know.
Who's going to win the playoffs? It's gonna be exciting.
I'm going with Montreal. Just because they winning everything.
I mean, yeah, you could. I mean, they will have the. I mean, they'll have a statistical advantage. They will be likely going in with a 30% chip bonus. So in the first round of the playoffs, the team finishing top of each conference will be starting with 130,000 in chips, and the team finishing fourth will have 100,000. So that statistical edge will come about as a result of those bonuses. Jason Lavallee in possession of the nuts here and being bet into by Joao Simao. Joao Simao does not want to hit a 7. We'll give him an inferior straight. Jason could see Joao's hand. He would certainly elect to call here. He's going to make a small raise. And Joao gets away. Could have been ugly if the 7 hit that river. Would have been nuts over second nuts.
I want to see Joao's setup outside there. Do you think he's just playing off his laptop? He's got like a desk out there.
I think he's probably playing off a laptop.
He's got a nice chair there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, is the sky brightening up behind him as he? I think it might be. I've seen a little patch of blue there.
Do you think when he wins this, if he wins 9 points, the sun will go? Meem.
I think so.
And then all the Carnival ladies will come out and shake their booty in our camera.
I mean, Brazil has been, on the edge of its seat, awaiting the outcome of this match. Knowing if they are able to book their tickets to Las Vegas. Bit of action could ensue on this flop. Bottom pair in a gut shot for Joao Simao. Flush draw with the same gut shot for Jason Lavallee. Players are often wary of getting involved in these types of hands. What separates the best players from the amateurs. Amateurs will often come along with the bottom pair in a gut shot to Broadway in those spots.
Here are the standings of the Americas Conference. Up in front, there's the Montreal Nationals, 187 points. Jason Lavallee can possibly score them another 6, but we have to wait to find out. In second is the LA Sunset, 176 points. Olivier Busquet will be playing after this match. Third is the Sao Paulo Mets, 171 points. They have the chance, well, they have just won their seat at the playoffs. San Francisco Russia, 155 points. We saw Jaffe win earlier. New York Rounders with 152 points. They are in 5th and down in 6th. Out with any chance. The Las Vegas Moneymakers with 122 points. Though Chris Moneymaker will be in action versus Olivier Busquet.
Stone cold out.
That's it. Out of there. Not even close.
Pride still to play for Chris Moneymaker. He'll be trying to hold his head high and see out the season for the Moneymakers.
I don't think he was particularly happy about finding out that he would be playing Olivier Busquet.
Yeah, I did hear a quote that may have come from Chris as to the quality of his opponent.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, something along those lines. You almost got the southern twang.
I love his southern accent. I find it. I love
sizing. I think it's a trivial fold.
I love that draw.
Yeah, nice southern drawl on our Chris. Entertaining us with his dulcet tones later on this evening.
Chris has always actually been a pleasure to work with. I've worked with him a lot over the years on various different projects for various different companies, and he's one of the players you can happily say is a sweetheart and so willing to do everything he can to make something
Yeah,
good.
everyone who I've spoken to in poker says the same thing.
Yeah. We won't mention the ones that aren't
Right,
so
no.
good at that.
No, we'll let people make up their own minds.
But the ones that do, I will say, do.
Middle
And
pair for Joao Simao here. Top pair for Jason Lavallee. Oh my God, remind me never to dance again on the GPL.
quite like our dancing.
Oh, you carried on. I
Yeah, I
didn't
went on
realize
for a
realize
while.
it was didn't realize we were carrying it on.
Yeah, I'm still going. Oh no, we lost Jason. Where do you go?
Ah,
Go, bring back your dog.
uh-oh.
Nines versus ace seven.
Danger here for Jason Lavallee. Two pretty looking hands. You may feel comfortable just calling here. Uh-oh. That's what we call top set
He's back.
in the poker lingo. And Jason certainly does not want to improve in this hand. And by improve, I mean hit an ace or a 7. That's a card which may induce him to lose a few more chips. Certainly, Joao Simao will continue looking to get value here. Lots of combo draws on this board, which he'll be delighted to get value from. Certainly won't want to let a cheap river come off, even though he doesn't know his opponent is drawing dead. If Jason gets away on this 3 of clubs turn, I'll be incredibly impressed. And yeah, that's real demonstration of what an incredible player Jason Lavallee is. Don't think too many players in the GPL will get off scot-free in that spot. Second pair nut kicker against top set. Really impressive
Experiencing some more
instincts
technical
there.
difficulties, trying to multitask at the same time.
Only women can do that, Jason. Give up now.
That is fact. Joao going to raise it up with his gut shot here. And if I know Jason Lavallee, his instincts are fine-tuned to spot out these kind of little stabs. He'll probably just fold now, make me look like an idiot.
You look like one anyway.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. Oh, and he's just going to pop it up to 8,100. And this game's been cranked up to a whole new level. Be interesting to know what his thoughts were. Flush draw here for Joao Simao and Jason Lavallee with top pair. Vina85 on Twitch. Now the Mets are qualified, Lavallee can get the Nationals back to their normal winning ways. Go Nationals! Just threw my pen across the.
So excited.
Threw my pen onto my water
glass.
glass. So excited by the Go Nationals sentiments. Uh-oh, flush here for Joao Simao. And And
pretty interesting river.
Jason Lavallee will be aware that he's blocking a lot of potential flushes. Ouch.
Okay.
Come on, Jason.
Well, I mean, if you had chosen other sizing, it wouldn't be considered calling here, I don't think. Now that he polarizes himself to a flush, I think it makes it slightly more interesting with the Queen of Spades. Problem is, you still need a hand that you're barreling turn with and then turning into a bluff on a river. And ace 10, king 10 are definitely hands that could be doing this. Some form. I don't have a diamond in my hand, so when he does pick up diamonds on the turn and decides to follow through, having one sizing probably be fine with those bluffs, the diamond bluffs, that is. But probably end up with too much 9x and I might end up overfolding if I fold this hand, because I don't really have that much of in regards to spades outside of Queen X of spades specifically. Maybe like ace 2 of spades. And even that I might just check raise flop. I think he probably expects me to overfold this spot, so I'm leaning towards looking him up.
Big spot here in this second match of the night.
It's really trying to think of a better bluff catcher to have here. I mean, I like not having a diamond. Seven's kind of irrelevant. All right.
Oh, he's going to call here. And the pot goes over to Joao Simao, and the Montreal Nationals are on the verge of taking a 2-0 lead in this match. Jason Lavallee really thinking that one over with everything he had.
He should be all in now, right? Yep, there you go.
All in with nines there, getting it through. 13 big blinds for Jason Lavallee. Not all over, still a bit of play left in this one. Joao could shove Jason here, and Jason will snap call. Going to go for it, and this match could be over here.
Let's get lucky.
It's a hold for Jason Lavallee.
Simao needs a queen or an 8. Will it come on the turn?
As a
no,
club draw.
He needs one more puppy foot.
Puppy foot, 8
Will
or
the
queen.
single puppy foot come?
No.
No help. Jason
Double
doubles
up for Jason Lavallee. He deserved that one because he lost a similar spot to decide the first game. The old 60-40. And Jason with 26 or 27 big blinds even is more than capable of playing his way back into this one.
But yeah, looking back at the Queen 7, I think, if I'm going to set the criteria for bluff catching there outside of my flushes that are, value hands at that point, definitely want to have a spade in my hand and my other card to not be a diamond. So
Sao Paulo Metropolitans have never beaten the Montreal Nationals in the GPL.
Oh,
so having the Queen of Spades and
they nearly have.
you know the other card that is not a diamond makes it a pretty appealing bluff catcher, because the rest of the hands I'm going to show up there with are going to be 2 pair hands that can't contain a spade at that point.
Action flop here. Up and down draw for Jason Lavallee, top pair. Pretty good kicker for our Joao Simao. Going to make a pretty small raise here. And Jason Lavallee going to be put under pressure. Just to reiterate, this would be the first time Sao Paulo have ever beaten Montreal, if it comes to that. Last time we saw Jason Lavallee beating Darren Elias with a sweep back in week 6. More chips there going over to Joao Simao.
If you're there with us on the Twitch chat, say hello. We want to talk to you. I want to know what's going on. Tell us about yourself. Are you a poker player? What's your ability? Are you enjoying? Are you learning from the GPL? We want to know.
One person flush here for Jason Lavallee. If you're not learning from the GPL, you are doing something wrong.
Yeah, you should be learning.
Talk to Griffin Benja, attributing his main event success to quite a big degree to his spell commentating on the GPL, saying he was learning from the best in the world and putting that into practice when he played the WSOP main event. And he's on the November 9. Spoiler alert.
Watch the GPL and you can be in the November 9.
There's a few bits in between that might need to take place. But yeah,
No,
I mean, there's a
Roland,
loose...
watch the GPL and then next year you'll be on the November 9. Or you get your money back.
Potentially. No. Disclaimers. A whole series of disclaimers coming up. Terms and conditions apply. Top pair. Oh, second pair here for Jason Lavallee.
Have all the episodes aired now?
No.
So
We're about...
People are going to go mad at you.
Oh,
shortly.
yeah, that's like the one of some people's favourite thing is to like freak out at World Series of Poker spoilers. And one match, Tom Marchese was playing, and I was like, "Oh, Tom Marchese, great run at the main event, like finishing in 15th." And people were like, "What? You spoiled the main event?" I was like, "Tom Marchese, they didn't even give him any TV coverage. Like, just go on his Hendon Mob, you can see where he finished in the main event." Like, some people like literally like break down when you give any spoiler of the main event. So I've actually quite like enjoyed. I mean, it's just
Spoiler,
out there.
Griffin Benga wins.
Who's Griffin Benga?
Benja,
Ah,
Benga, whatever
Benga.
his name is. Wins WSOP. In fact, I know 2 in the November 9 this year. I know Griffin and I know Kenny.
Yeah.
Check me out. Kenny is still being a tournament director. Like in between
Yeah,
preparing.
he's locked into his
no, he was.
contract with a well-known operator. Of course, we only endorse one operator of poker tours here on the GPL.
We do.
That is PokerStars.
Talking of EPT Malta.
EPT
happening.
Malta, yeah. Here I come.
Dario San Martino, our own GPL player, 3rd in the 10K. Just.
Oh, did he come 3rd? He was a chip leader.
Yeah,
Maybe,
3rd.
be disappointed with that.
How can you be disappointed with 3rd?
Oh, because he was chip leader with 3 left.
Yeah, but come on. Chip leads change.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, looking forward to unleashing myself. Once I remove the shackles that chain me to this commentary desk after tonight, I'll be.
No, we're keeping you locked here. Over the weekend.
No, the EPT's on.
No, you're staying.
Oh, what a...
You will
Someone
stay.
give me that. What, so they're not going to give me the key at the end of the night?
Nope.
They always do, though.
You can stay here. We'll leave the cameras on. You can make your own show if you want to. But don't feel like you have to. I can leave you some of my leftover carbonara.
Well, I'm just gonna gnaw through that. I'm just gonna gnaw through those chains. Oh, leftover carbonara from Eat Me I'm Famous. Can't wait.
It was good. I had a good little break. Did a bit of yoga in the studio.
Should have left the cameras
Watched
rolling.
a bit of Netflix. It's all good.
It was a long break. Pair of fours, good for Joao Simao there. And this match has crept up to 8-1600. So Jason Lavallee playing a sub-20 big blind stack, but he's appears to be very comfortable at a variety of stack depths, and this is one of them. Joao Simao looking pretty comfortable here. He's locked up his team spot in the playoffs, and now he can set his sights on unseating LA Sunset as the second place team in this conference. He'll be hoping for a defeat for Olivier Busquet tonight in the final match. He's taking on Chris Moneymaker. The Sao Paulo Metropolitans will be cheering on for a Moneymaker sweep.
Not that it'll do much.
Sorry?
Not that it'll do much.
No. But it could allow the Sao Paulo Metropolitans to jump into second and get that 20% chip bonus. Ugly spot here for Jason Lavallee, River and King. Possible. I mean, could have been a spot for Joao Simao to raise pretty thin for value. Couldn't see the cards, of course. Jason down to below 10 big blinds. He'll be all in here. And we move to hand 39. This match has already gone on significantly longer than the Marchesi.
Indeed. In fact, this
Marchesi Jaffe.
This game has lasted longer than all three of them put together.
Correct. Uh-oh. This is danger for Jason Lavallee. All in with ace-9 against kings. He will need an ace or some sort of funky board.
Right,
there is a 9.
lucky on this one.
Can hit a spade on the turn, or an ace,
funky.
or a 9. That's not helpful. Will need to be an ace or a 9, or Joao Simao will take a 2-match lead here, and that is it.
Right,
That is it.
Jason Lavallee, not accustomed to losing on the GPL, goes down. They will not be winning this match.
Vamos!
This is You carry on, I'll do the roundup. Jason Lavallee, not used to losing on the GPL. He is 2-0 down to Joao Simao. They have now emphatically confirmed their spot in Las Vegas, in the cube. All to play for now. Will the sweep happen? Jason Lavallee is normally the Grim Reaper, imposing sweeps on his opponents. 3 sweeps in a row. He swept Darren Elias. He swept Anthony Zinno. He swept Jason Mercier. He's on the verge of being swept himself. That match was all about one key hand. We saw Jason Lavallee top pair and the 7-4 of spades for Joao Simao, getting there on the river and going for the double pot river shove. And after 3 or 4 minutes of consideration by Jason Lavallee, ended up making the call. Felt like it would be overfolding if he laid down top pair. He was holding the queen of spades, which was a key blocker in that hand. But eventually, he survived one, made one double up to get back into it. But wasn't to be. And Joao Simao, 2-0 up. How did the dancing go? I was looking straight at the...
You can watch it back.
Oh
in
yeah,
10
I'll be watching
minutes.
or I could go on the GPL TV app and available on iOS and Android and watch back of the show.
And you can also buy merchandise, hats.
What about t-shirts?
T-shirts, yes.
What about hoodies? It's getting cold now.
Yeah, you can buy
Hoodies as well.
So you can buy it all.
What about
and then
socks?
You can wear it all. You can't get socks, Roland. Shut up about
I
the
need
socks.
socks.
Shut up about the socks.
All right,
Don't
sorry.
need socks in Malta. Your own flip-flops.
Yeah, but my feet aren't
Yeah, you need
smell the freshest.
odor-eater ones.
Or on my flip-flops.
We definitely don't do those at the Global Poker League. So you can get all your merchandise, you can wear it, and then you can do the Brazil dance.
Yeah, well,
Preferably dance in the Sao Paulo gear, if I were you.
they'll be dancing in the streets of Sao Paulo. They'll be dancing in the streets of Rio. They'll be dancing in the streets of Manaus and all the other Brazilian cities that aren't coming on the tip of my tongue.
cool.
Sao Paulo, Feeling good tonight. Joao Simao, he's on his balcony. Joao Pa, he's on his balcony. He's looking over at the rainforests and the hills of Brazil. Yeah, it looks kind of nice. He's 2-0 up. He's on for the sweep. The Sao Paulo Metropolitans are going to Las Vegas. They cannot be caught. And now, if they can get this sweep, they'll be breathing down the necks of the LA Sunset, currently in second place, and have been in second place for a long time. They will be relying on Olivier Busquet getting swept by Chris Moneymaker. Stranger things have happened.
Yes.
A lot of it, we saw Jungle Man sweeping Bonomo. Things can.
That was kind of emotional.
That was emotional. We're going to be getting to this final match pretty soon. But as things stand, that is a win for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans.
Do you think the sun's going to come out if Joao makes the switch?
I think when in the final all-in pot of this match, as the flop is fanned and Joao Simao flops Jason Lavallee dead, we're going to see the sun come out.
And there's going to be some music like...
Yeah. The Jesus Christ statue in Rio is going to ascend a bolt of sunlight many thousands of miles across Brazil and light up Joao Simao's face. Here we go. Final game. Game on. The sweep is on.
The sweep is on. Do 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 do.
Joao getting a little bit bluffy here with a no equity hand. And may feel like he's forced to fire the river bullet here, but going to wisely give it up, you have to feel. This is the first time the Sao Paulo Metropolitans have ever registered a heads-up win over the Montreal Nationals in the GPL. I think I'm right in saying that every match prior to now had been a sweep for the Montreal Nationals. So not only not having a win, not winning a match.
I'm watching my dog take advantage of this time to make a bed in my clean clothes.
See, I told you you had a dog.
Thanks for that, dog.
What's his name?
Rough spot here for Jason Lavallee. Both these players flopping top pair. Joao Simao with the better kicker. And we're only on hand 5 here. And depending on how this pot plays out, could be seeing some chips heading the way of Joao Simao. Joao pondering something. Certainly we'll be going for value here on the button. It's a bet for value and protection. It's to protect against hands like Jack 10, Jack Queen, King Jack, Queen 10.
Making this very suspenseful.
All hands that could turn bigger pairs on the turn. Getting slightly curious as to why Joao is taking so long. This feels like a fairly standard spot for a continuation bet. This could be some sort of software freeze, but here he comes. 1175 half pot, and quick call by Jason. This is a card that does give a pair to a lot of flop draws. Most obviously Jack 10 and Queen Jack. Uh-oh.
Oh.
And this was the most unfortunate card in the deck for Jason Lavallee. And be interesting to see whether Joao Simao's river bet is going to be raised by Jason. You'd think probably yes. Uh-oh, and he's gone for the over bet, the 2x pot over bet. And
Okay.
I'd feel, I mean, incredible if Jason Lavallee was to get away from this hand. Joao, if he could see the cards, what he could have tried to bet small to induce a raise. May have the same effect for Jason calls. Jason will be acutely aware that Joao had the goods last time he went for the 2x pot river bomb.
Don't have a heart, man. It's good news. Bad news is there's a lot of straights out there. It seems like a really weird spot to overbet with 6-7 though. So mostly should be concerned with full houses and queen 10. I mean, even queen 10 isn't really a fist palm overbet. I have a decent amount of 9x in my turn calling range, so I don't think he's sizing up here to try to fold out a jack. Like 8x specifically. I don't really know what he's trying to accomplish. I think he doesn't expect me to fold a 9. I might be out leveling myself here, but I'm gonna fold and feel pretty good about it.
Wow.
Good fold.
Incredible laydown by Jason Lavallee there. Joao Simao probably will feel slightly disappointed when he sees the hands about how he elected to play that river, but he won't be disappointed overall with how the game is going.
If you bet like 1.5x pot, where then he could be targeting specifically Jack X, and then I could consider turning my hand into a bluff, but against 2x pot, it seemed a bit ambitious.
Incredible laydown by Jason Lavallee, displaying why he's one of the best players in the world.
Very interesting that he has a flop leading range on Jack 2-2 out of position.
It's amazing we see such great poker and Lavallee could still be swept here.
I know, it's unreal.
I have no idea what he's doing here.
Yes. Joao going for some slightly unconventional
He's really
lines
lead
here.
a jack, and then for no reason, and then overbet river when the jack gets there. I don't know. Gonna find out, I guess. Just 9-7 offsuit.
Not sure Jason's particularly well impressed with the way Joao played that hand. Slightly unconventional. But this is a player who's 3 times #1 on pocket fives. Currently number 9 on pocket fives. So he knows what he's doing. Just probably, you know, a slightly more unconventional style. We saw that in his last 6 match. Did the business.
So we got people making bets on how many hands in all 3 of this last game between Bousquet and Moneymaker. Pappy Van Winkle is saying 146. Vina85 says 4. My guess is 79.
4 is optimistic.
That would be 1, 1, and 2.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for something like 108.
Yeah, I'd say probably safe going between me and Pappy.
Yes. Yeah, Vina 85 is probably going to be wrong, if we're just being brutally honest.
We're not giving away any prizes, I'm afraid, folks. This is
Yeah,
just
the,
purely for fun.
The store cupboard, the store cupboard has been locked by our bosses, and we can't get in there.
We're not
so
allowed in there.
Not allowed in that cupboard.
They've
given
realised
away,
I keep
we've given
pinching
away
all their stock.
given away too much merch. The value of the company has taken a hit since we gave away all those T-shirts last week on Jungle Man's F-bomb count. Did we give away T-shirts? Can't remember what we gave away. Merchandise, unspecified merchandise.
I have no idea. But well done if you want something.
Yes, tweet us if you've won any merchandise in these competitions. Tweet us in pictures of you with your GPL merchandise on you, and we'll get excited and I'll possibly retweet you. Generally, feel great.
That next match coming up at midnight Central European time. It's going to be a good one.
Looking back, he actually had ace-9 against my queen-9, which is a really puzzling sizing on his part. It's hard to really wrap my head around why he would decide to do that.
The ace-9 versus queen-9.
Yeah, when the river came a third 9.
Ah.
And Joao bet 2x pot, and Jason folded. Yeah, Jason's shown to be slightly perplexed by some of the lines that Joao Simao has taken.
We can ask him.
We can. Currently have 4 franchises guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. Moscow Wolverines, Montreal Nationals, LA Sunset, and Sao Paulo Metropolitans. 4 more places up for grabs.
I want one.
One of those places will be taken by either the San Francisco Rush or the New York Rounders.
But I want it.
Oh, well, send an email to, I don't know, Eric Denny at MediaX.com. He might be able to help you. Might be able to adjust move the goalposts, as we say in some parts of the world.
We could have the Malta Mad Hatters.
Yes, the Malta Mellors.
Malta Mellors. Mad Malta Mellors.
Yeah, season 2, here we come. Joao going for some fairly thin value here. And Jason looks curious. Whilst curiosity killed the cat, it's certainly going to do the business for Jason Lavallee in this hand, you'd like to think. Pretty nice instincts there. Looks like Jason is got the wind in his sails in this final match. He doesn't look like the type of guy who gets swept. Well, he's not the kind of guy who gets swept on the GPL. Doesn't even lose on the GPL, but he's going to have to bite the bullet this time. Interesting flop here. Top pair for Joao Simao. Gut shot for Jason. Not really much else working in this hand for Jason Lavallee. May elect to find a better spot, but gonna call. Turns a pair. And Joao Simao going to take a little pot there. So 2-1 chip lead for Jason Lavallee. Blinds 1K, 2K. Bit of danger here for Joao Simao. 30 big blinds. And up against a dominating ace. Going to...
Pretty easy jam, considering he's just snap 3-betting king 8 suited and a bunch of trash.
Tough spot here for Joao Simao. Going to make the call, and this
Yeah,
game could be over.
9.
Just needs to avoid a 9.
No 9, we can at least secure 1 point. No 9, no chop.
Chop opportunities here. Safe turn card for Jason Lavallee. Just needs to avoid a 9. A deuce or a 10 will chop this. And that is the 3 points for Jason Lavallee. And this match will be ending 2-1 to the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. Pretty, I think what many would look at in hindsight as a fair result. Jason Lavallee made some incredibly impressive decisions in that game. We saw a couple of great laydowns, a couple of great calls. Certainly didn't deserve to be swept. So that match very ending, well, fairly in respect of how the flow of the game went and how the sort of decision making. Very unconventional player is Joao Simao, and we saw some plays that were indicative of the way he played in the six max matches, where he picked up a first and a second. So unconventional but effective, I think, is the best way to describe Joao Simao. And
he got the job done.
And he was incredibly effective in securing that place in the playoffs for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. They're on their way. So only 3 more teams will be qualifying, other than
3.
Already Moscow, already Sao Paulo, already LA, and already the Montreal Nationals. Just checking to see whether we're going to hear from Joao Simao.
That already 3 teams from the Americas Conference have made it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and only 1 from the Eurasian Conference.
I know. Well, we're going to look at the standings while we wait to see if Joao Simao wants to have a chat with us.
Go on, Joao. You know you want to.
This will be a new colour, hopefully, for the Sao Paulo Metropolitans. There it is.
How beautiful.
That beautiful, is that green, I guess?
Congratulations, our Brazilians.
And there we look at that 4th and 5th spot. Oh, it's so interesting to know that only one of the San Francisco Rush, all the new rounders, will be going to Vegas. You know, I think the likes of Faraz Jaka, Phil Galfon, Tony Gregg, Anton Wigg, so much talent. And then the new rounders, Jason Mercier, Bryn Kenny,
big
Tom
talent.
Marchese, Kevin McVie. So much talent in both those franchises, but only one of them will be going to Las Vegas. And this is what we've... This is what we love about the season 1 of the GPL, unpredictable. And this, well, I mean, everything is shaping up earlier in the Americas Conference than it has in the European Conference. Anyway, Sao Paulo Metropolitans are on their way, and the winning player, Joao Bauer, is ready to stand by to talk with Laura Cornelius.
Joao Bauer, congratulations to you. You are responsible. Sao Paulo are in the playoffs. Yay! Congratulations, vamos!
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be able to support my team, to support Akari that trusts on me, and my friends that will go to Vegas to play. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play because my son is at hospital, so I can't go to Vegas. But I will support my friends from here, and I wish they could do better as possible there.
Well, it doesn't look like a bad place to be able to support your team from. I love that you're playing outside there. Are you in Sao Paulo? What is behind you there?
I'm in Belo Horizonte. It's in Minas Gerais, another state close to Sao Paulo. And here's the mountains of Minas Gerais, the beautiful place to have a trek and go to swim in a cachoeira. I don't know how to say it in English.
It's okay.
But it's an amazing place to be inside of the nature, you know?
It looks absolutely amazing. Talk us through some of that game, because quite a lot of unconventional play we saw from you, but it seemed to do the job. And Lavallee was a bit stuck in some places with what to do. I mean, we saw 2 great faults from him actually, but there was also a call where he called your flush, where you won the game as well, and there was also a hand Ace-9 versus Queen-9. We thought we'd want to get your thoughts on too.
Yeah. I know that Jason is a really good player, and he looks a lot of size bets, so I try to create a meta game inside it, because one of his best abilities, he don't give chips easier, you know? So I was trying to create a meta game to get opportunities to get big pots against him, and it works on the flush, but another hand didn't work. He had a great folds during the match. He's a really, really good player, so I tried to do this strategy because it's hard to get chips from him, you know, and he knows that I'm very aggressive, so I believe it's a good strategy against him.
Well, thank you so much. It looks as though the sun might come out today. What do you think?
Yeah,
We
I
were
hope so.
waiting.
But
We thought it would if you
it's,
won the third game, but no.
yeah, no problem, no problem.
Thank
That's
you.
enough, right? We're qualified, so I'm happy.
You did the job, indeed. Vamos.
Vamos.
Can
No,
we have
not
a
me.
vamos?
I just did the last point, Everybody support us.
We love you, Brazil. Thank you. Chat
Thank you.
later. Best of luck with
Bye.
everything. Goodbye.
Thank
Right,
you.
Joao. Well done.
Joao Simao. What a
Yeah,
legend.
what a nice boy.
Yeah, he's cute, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he took 6 points. Congratulations, as we've just said. They are going to the playoffs. They will be in Las Vegas in just over 1 month's time, competing for their team, Sao Paulo, and they have a chance now to win that first place prize of $100,000.
Whoa.
So, 3 teams through from the Americas Conference. We've got one more game coming up for you today. It's going to be a goodie, isn't it?
Olivier Busquet, Chris Moneymaker, the haves and the have-nots. Moneymaker's team down there, they can't qualify, but still a lot of pride to be played for. They want to show that they weren't here to make up the numbers in this league, and they want to get a scalp. Olivier Busquet has always been up there, the top of the point scorers charts. He's been a crusher on the GPL, and Chris Moneymaker will fancy taking him down a notch or two. We'll get to find out what happens later on. Don't go away, because that match should be fun.
Indeed, that's coming up in just under an hour. We're going to be back with you in around 50 minutes time, so do not go anywhere. Stay right here. We're going to throw some strategies, some quizzes, all sorts your way in those next 50 minutes. Enjoy and see you back here soon. Bye.